Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for this video we are going to look into the Eureka Delivery Service, a vital component of our microservice architecture. Eureka simplifies communication between microservices by managing service registration and discovery dynamically. So the Eureka service is another service that the application relies on. So you would have to have that one also running before any other services or microservices. All right. So the Eureka server dependency. Let's take a look. So these are the dependencies. This is a Maven file. I am using Java version 23. This is the main dependency you need. You need Spring cloud starter config. So that's for the configuration, Eureka configuration. That's for the Eureka server. Then you need to also add Spring cloud starter Netflix Eureka server, and then these are the starters that when you add Spring, these comes with it. I don't add it automatically. I don't add these automatically, they do come with it. And then these lot are created when you create a Maven project. So that's all. The main thing you need are basically these two. When you add the Eureka, I think when you add this one is added automatically. So if we go back to the Eureka listing, and then if we go back to how we have it, there isn't much to this Eureka server. When you create the application or Maven project, you get this automatically. The only thing you need to add here under the application discovery applications, the main application file that you need to run, which is the bit that states public static void main, because that's how you run this application. That's one of the tags that you want to add, and that is enable Eureka server. Enable Eureka server. So that is what you are there. And the application.yml file, this is what you have for the applications.yml file, exactly like this. So you want to pause this and write it down. So it's Spring config import optional config server http //localhost 888. Remember, that is the port we set up in the main config, which we will take a look at again, because I need you to make sure that whenever you create a microservice or another service or whatever, it will depend on, you need to add a configuration to the config server, because it will be managed there. And the only thing you add in the configuration for this for the services is this. Okay, so you want the application name, you got application and then name then you say discovery service. Now this is very important, this what we've got here. So once you've written that down, copy. I'm just showing you copy, or you can just do your shortcut copy like I will normally do my shortcut copy. I will highlight it and say copy. Right, and then if we go back to the config server again, try to open it again and again and again. And then if you go into resources, and this is where all the configurations are. Under resources, we've created a folder called configuration, and in the configuration we will look at this name. You say discovery, and then I will say dash service, and that is exactly the name we've written here, discovery dash service.yml file. That's how you create your YAML file, nothing more, nothing less. If you make a mistake doing that, it will not associate this configuration to that particular service, and you will go through Mount Heavens and then come down again before you find out what's happening. So it's very important that the application name you set up for your services needs to be the exact name as the discovery .yml service.yml file. I mean, I don't mean like that, but exactly the same name that you will use to create that YAML file, please. Okay, let's go into it and let's take a look at it closer. So the settings here, and this is what you will usually put into the other service, but because we need to manage, you know, this is some kind of best practices in microservices, right? So because we need to follow that kind of convention, you need to set up the rest of your settings here, okay, in the config server. So you start off, the main tag is Eureka : instance : hostname : localhost. Then another one just right under the same level as instance, client : registration with Eureka : false. So we don't want to register this particular service Eureka itself. We don't want to do that. Yeah, we don't want to do that. Okay, fetch registry false, service URL default zone. This is the default zone. So we've said HTTP, and then we are saying this Eureka, the instance of this Eureka, dot hostname, this hostname localhost. So we could easily just get rid of this and put localhost there, but it's written here, so what's the point? Just use it, right? And then / and then a $. So we got $, here, and then inside is the curly brackets. Like when you've got a variable and you're referring it inside something else, that's what it is. / then we've got the $sign again. Then we are also referring to this one, so we are referring to server and port. So we got the server and then the port, yeah, and then / Eureka. So this is the URL for the Eureka server, discovery server. So I think at this point we can start we got that one running. We want to start the Eureka server, and we start the Eureka server, and nothing is wrong, nothing is bouncing. And let me see, so port 8761, that is the port 8761, yeah, 8761, that is the port. And let me just bring it up, and this is what you see with the Eureka service. Now there is no other service running at the moment, so it doesn't show you any other services running. Right, let's move on to another service. All right, so we are going to end the video here, and we will pick up on the next service on inline, and hope to see you again. Have a good day. Bye.